So we're going to look at fractions and make equivalent decimals using place value chart and area model. And this is really going to help us understand fractions and decimals and how they're related a little bit better, and that's why we're doing this lesson. You won't have to use this strategy hopefully forever. I just want you to practice it and know it so that when you do your multiplication with decimals and fractions, you'll be able to do it well. So let's look at the first one. We're going to start with ones, okay? It says 3 ones, so we're going to put our 3 ones in the place value chart. Then when we move it to the tenths, now when we move to the place value, how many tenths are in 1 1? Well, we know there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tenths in 1 1. So we need to make 10 for every one of those that we have. Okay, so then we have 10, 20, 30 tenths in 1 1s. If we look at our place value, here's 1, that's 10, 20, 30. Now, all right, so now let's do the 3 tenths and how many hundredths. So we have to remember when we're doing this, we're just going to do it on here first, 3 tenths, and then we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have 10, 20, 30, so 30 hundredths. Now I am going to show you, in fractionally, it's going to look like 30 hundredths, and this would be 30 tenths. We're going to make a connection about this in just a minute. So let's look at how we would do this in the area model as we do this one. So we have 1, so we have 2 ones, 3 tenths. And they want to know how many tenths. So I'm not going to do anything with these 3 tenths. I'm going to do something with these 2 ones. Now, every time I move one over, I know it's 10. So I'm just going to do that to show that's 10, 10. So that's going to be 10, 20, 21, 22, 23 tenths. But let's look at this. So if I colored in 1 hole, 2 holes, and then 3 tenths, 1, 2, 3, I have 10, 23, okay? So you can see it both ways. Now, 23 tenths. Now, 3 tenths, 2, 3, and then 3 hundredths. Same thing, we're going to bring them over and do 10, over, do 10, over, do 10, okay? So now we have 10, 20, 30, 1, 2, 3. You could look at it the same way if you divided this into hundredths. You could color in 1, 2, 3 tenths, 3 hundredths, and that's what you would have, 33 hundredths, okay? So the connection I want to make real quick before we go on to the next thing is this. Remember when we had improper fractions and we said we need to look at it if this number is higher than the denominator. So if the numerator is higher than the denominator, we need to make it a mixed number. So let's see if we're going to get 3 ones if we do that. So let's take 10 and subtract it from 30. And this is going to be 1 whole. We have 20. And if we subtract another 10, which is another whole, we have 10. If we subtract 10 from that, we have 0, which is another whole. And so how many holes do I have? 1, 2, and 3. That's how I get that. Okay. Can I do the same thing here? Yes. So if I want to take 23 minus 10, because 10 is in a whole, like 10 over 10 is 1 whole, correct? So that's going to be 1 whole. 13 minus 10 is 3. That's 1 more whole. So I have 1 whole, 2 holes, and then 3 tenths. So do I have 2 and 3 tenths? I do. Okay. Now, why do we need to do this, and why do we need to be able to do this in our head? Because of this. if I want to just be able to know how many tenths are in a hole or how many tenths are in two holes, can I do that without drawing a picture and doing a number line, place value chart? I sure can. So what I'm going to do is, if I want to know how many tenths are in one hole. Well, how many tenths are in a hole? Well, 10 over 10 equals one hole. So there's going to be 10. So in one hole, there's 10 tenths. So in two, how many is there to be? Well, there's going to be 10, 20, 20. You can also look at it as 1 times 10 equals 10. Then there's 10 in each one. How many of those do I have? I have two groups.